What's up everyone, my name's Robbie, this is Robbie in Manila, and today we're talking about how to open a Charles Schwab account and how to potentially get up to $500 when you fund the account. So the first thing we're going to do in this video is figure out which accounts qualify and which don't. And then once we figure that out, I'm going to share a link with you so you can potentially get the bonus, and from there, I'm going to show you how to actually open up a Charles Schwab account. So let's go ahead and roll the intro, jump into the computer, and then let's get started. Oh, wait. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is who is eligible for this bonus. Now, we're going to talk about who's eligible, how you can be eligible, and then after that, we're going to talk about how to open an account and then potentially get the bonus if you're eligible. So let's start. The first thing we need to know, as you can see, is anyone without an account is eligible. So if you already have an account, you're not eligible. So you can't just open up like an IRA if you only have a brokerage account, or a brokerage account if you only have an IRA. You really have to open up a new account with Schwab and be a new Schwab account holder. Now the thing is, think about this. If you have a friend that wants to get into investing, if you have a spouse that wants to get into investing, if you have an aunt or uncle or whatever, a cousin, whoever it is that wants to get into investing, if you know someone that can take advantage of this, then yeah, let them know. But if you already have an account, then you can't get a bonus by opening up just a different type of account. So that's the first thing to know. Second thing to know is it depends on the account type. So we're going to talk about that. Okay, so let's talk first about the eligible accounts. So the first thing that we have are Schwab Retail Brokerage Account. What's a brokerage account? You might not know. So a brokerage account is just a normal broker account in which you don't, let's say it's not an IRA, it's not a Roth IRA, it's called a brokerage account. And what happens in a brokerage account, you can buy and sell stocks as much as you want. There's no limits on how much money you put in, and you pay capital gains on any gains and such. So that's a taxable brokerage account, we'll call it. Then we have an individual retirement account, so a Roth IRA or a regular IRA. And then you have the accounts that are enrolled with what's called the Schwab Sponsored Investment Advisory Program. And these are all eligible, so that's great. So, for example, Schwab Intelligent Portfolios. I made a video on Schwab Intelligent Portfolios, link it right here. But if you have a Schwab Intelligent Portfolios account, which is a robo-advisor, then it actually will qualify, so that's great. If you have a managed portfolio, Schwab Managed Account Select, Schwab Managed Account Connection, and Schwab Private Client. So even if you use Schwab Private Client, you actually will be eligible for this, which is kind of cool. Now, if you're just looking to open up a regular brokerage account, an IRA, you're going to be good. So the next part is, though, the banking services. So with the Schwab banking account, here's the deal. You can actually qualify for this if you open up a Schwab High Yield Investor Checking Account, but also open up a brokerage account with it. So essentially, you're going to have some type of brokerage account, IRA account, or something like that. That's also going to link in here. And so as long as you do that, then you will be eligible to have the Schwab High Yield Checking Account, but it has to also be attached to some type of investment account as well, like the ones I just mentioned. Hopefully that makes sense. Ineligible accounts. These are all the ineligible accounts. If you open any of these up, you're not going to be able to get the bonus. So the first thing we have is the Schwab Global Account. Next is the ERISA Covered Retirement Plan. Next is the certain tax qualified retirement plans and accounts. So I'm imagining if it's anything that's not an IRA or not a Roth IRA, that probably will fall into here. So for example, maybe a SEP IRA would not be eligible. Then we have educational savings accounts. So unfortunately, if you want to use Schwab just for like a 529 plan, which is a college savings account, it's not going to be a qualified account. And then any account managed by an independent investment advisor is not going to qualify as well. So those are the ineligible accounts. So let's say that you were going to go ahead and get one of these eligible accounts. So what do you have to do? You have to open up a Schwab account, which we're going to go over in a sec. And then you just have to have your money funded within 45 days. So that's it. So pretty easy. Open the account, put money into it within 45 days, and I will tell you how much money you need to put in a second, but 45 days is the amount of time that you have. And then now if we go to the bonus. So how do you get the bonus? What do you have to do? So first, you have to have a net deposit of $1,000 to $24,999 to get a $100 bonus. So there you go. You put $1,000 in, you get $100. That's like a really great return, right? That's a 10% return. Of course, once you put more in, it's not as good. But once you put $25,000 in, yeah, $200. So that's getting pretty. You're getting more money as you put more money in. And then once you get to $100,000, you get $500. So there you go. As long as you put one of these amounts in, you're gonna get some money. To get the most, you have to put $100,000 into an account. Now, why should you care? Maybe $100, maybe you don't care, because it's free money. And there's something called a rate of return that you should calculate to figure out how much money this will be worth maybe in 30 years when you need the money, right? This is an investment account. I'm assuming it's for investing and saving for the long term. So if you put $100 in, well, if they put $100 in when you open an account, at 30 years at 8%, it grows to $1,006. So is it really $100 or is it really over $1,000 that you're getting? That's the way to think about this stuff. So next, $200 is $2,000, $300, $3,000, $500 is $5,000, right? So it's real money, especially over time, especially with compounding. So it gets better and better as you invest this money. So it's just money that you get to put into whatever investments you want. Hopefully you make a good return on it. And hopefully over a long period of time, you have one of these amounts of money, depending on how much money you got as the bonus. So next is, how do you open an account? So how do you get an account open? Because you want to get the bonus, right? So what you need to do first, click the link in the description below. That's going to take you to the Charles Schwab site. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. So after you click that link, you should see something like this. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go to open an account right here, and you're going to have to decide which type of account you want. So it takes it's really fast, 10 minutes. I mean, it is really fast. So don't worry about the time. Don't worry about how hard this is. It's easy. It's very simple. You just need your tax identification number or your social security number and U.S. residential mailing address. But it's really pretty easy to create this account. So you have to decide what you want. Do you want a brokerage account? Do you want a retirement account, a Roth, a traditional, a rollover? Which of these do you want? This automated managed account is that Charles Schwab Intelligent Portfolios account I was telling you about. That's a robo-advisor. So let's say you want a Roth IRA. You're going to click Roth. You're going to go continue. Then you see it says open a Roth. Now, what do you need? A U.S. permanent resident address, a social security number or a tax identification number, and an employer's name if applicable. So what you'll do is you'll go over here and you say, do you have a Schwab login and password? So if you don't, which I'm assuming you don't because we're trying to get the bonus on this one, but if you do, then you just go here and you log in and do your thing. But if you don't, you click no, I'm new to Schwab. Now you're going to go through your personal information. So this is pretty simple stuff. Put your name, your middle name, last name, email address, social, date of birth, mother's maiden name, all that stuff. I already have an account, but I will show you what these account features, terms and conditions, and funding look like. But now I'm going to cycle over to some screenshots. So after you put in that information, you should see this screen, which is just the optional features you might want. So Schwab Trading Services. So then you're just going to have to answer what type of account you want. Do you want like margin trading? Do you want option trading? If you're opening a bank account, some of these other things might apply. If not, they won't apply. So pretty easy stuff. You know what you want. If you want that stuff, then keep it clicked. If you don't click it. Next is just some user agreements and things like that. So you're just going to have to accept all the terms and conditions and all those things. Then you're going to go to the part where you're going to need to fund it. Now, if you don't want to fund it, I don't think you need to immediately. I think you can wait. You can just have the account open, fund it later. Remember, you have 45 days to get the bonus if you're going to fund it. But if you want to transfer money online, you can link an external bank account, which is the way I have it done, which is a pretty great way. I have a different bank. I don't have Schwab. But if you have a Schwab bank, you can really link money in and out very quickly, like within the day. If you have a different bank, it might take 2 to 3 days to get money into the account. And then you can also, of course, send money from an old brokerage account. Maybe you have a different broker, or a 401k or something with an employer. Maybe you want to roll that money into here. So you can do that too. And that's how you can fund it. Now, let's just say really quick, if you don't want to fund it yet, you want to fund it later, how do you fund it? Well, I'll just show you on my personal Schwab account where you can go to fund it real quick. If you have your account open and now you want to do some funding options, what you can do is you can come up here to the top where it says accounts, hit transfers and payments, and then there's a variety of ways that you can go ahead and fund this account. So online transfers, you could send a wire transfer. So there's different ways you can do it. You'll have to decide what's going to be best for you. Honestly, for me, having a bank account linked is so much easier. It's so great. I just throw money in there whenever I need to, take it out whenever I need to. And like it says here, 1 to 2 business days. If you have an external bank, between internal accounts, it's the same day. So if you have a Schwab account, a Schwab bank account, same day. So that's it. So hopefully this helped. I hope that you can get some of this bonus. It's free money. It's great to help you jumpstart your investing. And you know what? It's awesome if you get it. So thanks everyone so much for watching. Hit the like button if you liked the video and subscribe if you want to see future content like this. And by the way, watch another one of my videos on the end screen that's coming up right now.